Good morning guys and welcome back. So today we're going to be installing and reviewing the Hikeit X9 throttle controller system for the Jeep JK and JR Wrangler. So we'll be doing an unboxing, showing you guys exactly what's available in the Hikeit box, going over the pricing and exactly why I chose the Hikeit system over the other systems available on the market today. Then we'll be jumping in the Jeep, doing the install. That will only take about 5 minutes. It's really easy, you don't need any tools whatsoever. Then we can start going through the different modes inside the Hikeit system. At the end of the video we've got an on-road test where we'll be switching the system off and then going into my favourite system and showing you guys the difference. So I've actually had the Hikeit system on my Jeep for about a week now, so I've played around with the different settings so I can give you guys a better in-depth review on how I find the system and what system I'd recommend for my kind of style of driving. So let's get to the unboxing. So this is the Hikeit X9 throttle controller. I actually really like the boxing. It's nice and simple, really clean, and it's got the Hikeit symbol on the front of it. So as I said, I've had my one in the Jeep for about a week, so your one will actually look a little bit neater than this when you actually unbox it. So the first part will be the system that actually plugs into your original throttle, which will be one of these two plugs. They are different, so it's easy to find which one they are, and that one will plug into the sensor we'll be taking out. I'll show you guys all this in the Jeep when we go to install, and this plug here will be plugging into the actual Hikeit controller itself. So this is the actual Hikeit controller. Really simple little screen they've got here. Now it's just got 3 buttons on the front and the digital controller there. So you've got the mode button where you can change the different modes. You've got the down button and the up button to change from 1 to 9. So inside each mode you can change it from 1 to 9 depending on how you like your throttle response. Then you can actually customize it to exactly how you want to drive. So also in the box they give us a cool little keyring, Hikeit keyring. We've got like a little alcohol wipe to wipe down the dash to install the Hikeit system. On the back of that it's got a little 3M tape, really simple. Then we've got the actual instruction manual itself, which probably is the most important part. Now with the Hikeit system, you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee, and also you've got a lifetime warranty, which is fantastic. So there's actually 10 different modes inside the Hikeit system. You've got the cruise mode, the sport mode, the racing mode, the auto mode, and the anti-theft mode. So this mode would be perfect, say you've got your doors off or your roof off, you're parked in a dodgy area. This will actually disconnect your accelerator so nobody can actually steal your car. Then you've got the auto and manual mode, so they will differ between if you've got a manual or automatic transmission, and the ambient light mode as well. So as I said, I've been using this for about just under a week now, and I've gone through all the different modes. Within these 10 modes you've actually got from 1 to 9 as well, so you can really customize it to exactly how you like. And my favourite so far is the sport on number 8. I was kind of going back and forth between the race mode and the sport mode, but I think the sport mode is more accurate to the way I drive, and I'm really interested in using the 4-time eco mode. Apparently you get 8% better fuel economy and better control when off-road. Also in the box as well you get a couple of stickers and also a couple of cable ties as well to secure all the wires underneath the dash. So what did this cost and why did I pick the Hikeit over the other systems on the market? So for all this it was $229, which is actually a really good price, and it's actually one of the cheapest systems on the market at the moment. So why did I go with the Hikeit system over the other ones? So there's a lot of other different brands on the market at the moment, and those ones only offer like the 10 different modes, but the Hikeit one actually offers the 10 modes plus 1 to 9 adjustability inside each mode, which I thought was a great difference between the other ones, and I like to be able to adjust it to suit my driving exactly how I want it. So I thought I'd give this one a go, and if I don't like it within 30 days I can just return it and get my money back. But after having this on the Jeep for just under a week, I'm definitely not going to return it. It's made a massive difference in the way the Jeep drives. As I said before, the Jeep felt like you're pushing down on a wet sponge, and now you can actually feel all that power and you can actually feel the acceleration as you're driving down the motorway and up the hills. So let's jump in the Jeep now and get this thing installed. Alright, now that we're in the Jeep, this is the accelerator here. It runs down, so it's a bit tight, it might be a little bit hard to see. I've got a light on there, and that's the sensor there that you're going to be pulling out. So just follow the accelerator pedal up you'll see this little round box here and the sensor attached to it there. So all we've got to do is push that clip in and push it out, and you'll see the plug there. Get your Hikeit controller, the one that's got the 3 plugs on it, and pretty sure it goes this way. Make sure it clips in nice and tight. Then just get the opposite end and just plug that into the accelerator pedal there, and make sure they clip in. You want to make sure they clip in properly both ways. And that's exactly it. You can leave that sitting there. Then we'll just shift the camera and then we can start plugging in the rest. And then you've got the part at the end that's got the white tip. Now grab your controller, and then the other end of the controller will have a white tip on it as well. Just have to marry those up, which is quite simple. Done. And you can feed it through the dash. So all I'm doing is, sorry, I'll just move the camera again. So I've actually taken this bottom panel off the dash there. What I'll do, I'll run the controller through here, and I'll find a nice place on the dash, maybe here or there, just somewhere in a nice convenient spot where I can take that 3M tape off the back of the controller and attach it to a nice part. And then we can grab that alcohol wipe, rub that surface down, and we can attach the controller to the dashboard. So once you've run the wires through the dash there, it might be a little bit hard to see, but I've actually run them through underneath the plastics here, and you can either choose to have it on either side you want, whatever preference is for you. I've already got something mounted here that's for the solar panel system that was originally on the roof when I bought the Jeep. I think I'm just trying to mount it just here, which is a nice convenient spot. It's easy to get to and easier to change the modes when you want. So just undo the packet that's got the alcohol wipe inside it, grab the wipe and give the surface a nice little wipe down. It might be a little bit hard because this surface is like sort of textured. Just give it a nice wipe down. Now at any time in the comments, please leave a comment below whether you've got one of these controllers in your car or not, or your thoughts about the controllers in general. Or just let me know what you guys have been up to. Always curious to hear what trail you guys have been hitting and what you've been doing while you've been on quarantine. So give it a nice wipe down. Just let that dry for a second. And then on the back of the controller is a little bit of 3M tape, so I'll just pull that backing on. Then we can stick it up here. And then we can go for the different settings in the controller as well. And that's kind of preference of where you want it. You can have it anywhere. I just like that it's running the plane of sight, and it's not enough room in there to get my hands in there and change the settings and adjust it how I want it at any time. But once I've found my favourite setting, which at the moment is the Sport 8, I can kind of just leave that. That's a peace of mind. Just leave it how it is and get on with what we want to do. So that should be dry now. I'll just peel that backing off the controller there. And we can go ahead and install it exactly how we want and where we want it. So I reckon there would be perfect for me. Give it a firm push onto the plastic. Alright, so we've got it on nice and tight. Now my one's pretty well stuck on there. I did see a few reviews online that sometimes, because it's getting connected to this kind of like coarse plastic, it doesn't really want to stick on too well, and people had them coming off, so all they've done is use another little bit of double-sided tape or 3M tape, or glued it to the actual plastic. Now make sure it's in the right position, because you don't want to keep taking it on and off, because it will wear out that 3M tape on the back quite easily. So now that we've got it on in a position that we like it, I won't bore you guys with tightening up the wires underneath by my feet. You guys can figure out that for yourself. It's really straightforward and easy. Just utilise the cable ties that came with the pack. So now I'll just turn the Jeep onto the accessory mode. We'll flash through a few settings there. Wait for the Jeep to beep at us for a little bit. And all you need to do to change the mode is the little mode button just there. And then we'll flick through all the different settings: eco, sport, race mode, and off, that we probably will never use. And within those settings, say sport is my preferred one. You can go from 1, which is not a lot of accelerator, all the way up to 9. Now my preference is about 7 to 8, which is about my preference, but you guys can figure that out for yourselves. It's all about what you like and how you like to drive. So that's pretty much it for the install. So let's go do the road test. Alright guys, now it's time for the road test. Now, as I said earlier in the video, I'd recommend actually going through all the settings and trying the different ones, because it might be different than the style of driving I'm used to. I'm really used to a very touchy accelerator coming from a TJ, but I don't like that feeling that you touch it and you get like kind of jerked back in your seat. And I found that on the race mode, I found that it was a bit too touchy. Where on the sports mode, around 8 or 9, you still get full throttle play, but you don't get that kind of jerky feeling, which I really like. Now, I haven't tried the off-road mode yet, which is supposed to offer 8% better fuel economy. As soon as I've got a trip coming up, I'll be using that off-road mode and letting you guys know how that goes as well. But at the moment, so far, my favourite setting is the SP, the Sports 9. Now, as I said before, you can change it from settings 1, which is not a lot of throttle response, to 9, which is pretty much all throttle response. Now, for my style of driving, I kind of prefer 8. It's a little bit forgiving. You don't get that jerky motion, but you still get a good amount of throttle response. So I've got it sitting up there at the moment. Earlier in the video you saw me installing it, but this is the day before. So as I said, SP8H is pretty much my favourite setting. Now I will probably play around with these settings a little bit more in the future, trying to kind of dial it in a little bit more, but at the moment, just on the past week, I've just played around with the sports setting and the race setting. Now I had sports setting on the lowest setting, and that kind of feels like I had the race setting on the lowest setting about 2 or 3, and that kind of felt like sport 5 and 6, so it's a little bit more responsive, but SP8 is pretty much my favourite at the moment. So what I'll do, I'll show you the gauge cluster as I'm accelerating. I mean, it's a little bit hard to show the comparison on camera. It feels so different in person when you're actually driving the car, and especially on a hill as well. As I said before, the factory accelerator on the JK feels like a wet sponge when you're trying to push it down. You pretty much put your foot all the way down and nothing happens until you get to a certain spot, and then you get like kind of 60% power, where now you can touch it and you get all the power you need, which you kind of want, especially accelerating past people when you're forward driving and going up hills. So it's a little bit hard to kind of gauge at the moment because we're on camera. I'm trying to work it the best I can, but I'd highly recommend one of these systems. So at the moment I'll set it on SP8H, which is Sport 8. I'll show you the acceleration we've got with that, and then I'll actually turn the Hikeit system off on the controller, and I'll show you the acceleration different. It's a little bit hard to see on camera, but I'll do the best I can. So as I said, that was on SP8H, which is Sport 8, which is actually quite responsive, but you don't get that annoying kind of jerky motion that you get with a lot of other vehicles. So what I'll do is I'll stop just here, and we'll just go along, and we'll just change that to off. So you don't actually have to unplug it, you can change it to, so that's eco and that's off. So this should be set back to factory. We'll try and see the difference. So even trying to So it feels like I'm about to stall, like you're trying to touch the accelerator and nothing happens. So I do a small acceleration. So that's probably the same amount of acceleration off, that's full throttle now, which is nothing compared to what it is when it's on that Sport H. H. So that's pretty much my favourite setting at the moment. So as I said before, I'd recommend going through all settings, then you can kind of dial it in, because you've got all those different settings that we went through earlier, plus you got 1 to 9 in those settings as well. So you can really customize it to how you drive, the different kind of driving you can do. You can put it on automatic mode if you want, so the Hikeit system kind of figures it out to how you drive, or like I did, kind of played around with the settings and custom made it to how you drive and how you like the accelerator. But I highly recommend one of these systems, guys. They are so handy. I absolutely love it. Well worth $229. As I said before, the factory accelerator on the JK feels like a wet sponge. You kind of push it down as much as you can and there's nothing, especially when you're accelerating up a hill. We're going from a TJ to a JK. The TJ's got the original cable accelerator, so you got all power kind of all the time, which when I was test driving JKs, it really put me off because it felt like that I was kind of doing something wrong. I've stalled this car so many times just because I don't know, I don't have that same feeling when you're pushing down an accelerator and you're trying to gauge when to let the clutch off because the accelerator is so soft. There's like that flat spot. It's probably because it's an electric accelerator and it's kind of set to a certain percentage, where a few people have told me that the newer cars, JKs, JLs and stuff like that, the accelerator is actually set to all drivers. So the factory JK settings might suit some drivers where it doesn't suit other drivers, and it does not suit me whatsoever. So the Hikeit controller is definitely worth the money for $229, and just having that drivability back in your control and being able to customize the accelerator to anything you want is absolutely perfect. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to smash that like button, and if you're interested in this product, I'll leave a little link down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Sure.